welcome back to another episode of Raving and Reviewing. My name is Art, and this is my co-host V.
Hey, what's up, guys?
This week, Marvel and Disney came out and announced a bunch of new stuff for Disney Plus, and we are somewhat excited.
Yeah, I just wish there was more to be excited about. You know what I'm saying? There's not enough juice that they provided for me to be like,
No,
yeah, let's watch this. Let's do this.
yeah, I think last year they actually had I don't know if last year, I think in December they had a Disney Day kind of thing
Mm-hmm.
where they showed off a bunch of more stuff and more of
Mm-hmm.
they showed off a bunch of movies and stuff. Like, here's the slate of Phase 4. This was more just like, here's three 15-second trailers, a 1 second trailer
Yeah, or just
for Nick
like
Fury,
logos.
and then
Just
the rest of them are just
logos.
logos. Well, I mean,
Yeah, and
the
I'm like,
logos were more interesting than what we saw in the clips, I think.
you know what it made me feel like? You know when you do a book report on a book you haven't fully read, like you've read the first half, but you haven't read the rest. So you like have a decent amount of information on the first half of the book. The rest you don't have as much, so you don't say anything about it. So it kind of felt like that. I feel
I
like if
mean,
you
it's kind of
Disney
honest
Day,
because they're not ready.
yeah, but then why have Disney Day? Well, I guess you still want to get people hyped over the stuff you've finished already, right?
Yeah, I mean, Hawkeye was also, there was a new trailer. I just didn't want to watch it because why bother? In 2 weeks, I'll see the show,
Yeah.
or 1 week.
Yeah.
Um, then they had Star Wars things, and they had other new animated shows, live action shows.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think there's like a single thing that was like, oh, I got to see this that they announced.
Yeah.
Was there anything
Which
else you
is
saw?
which is not good because Disney Plus, like we were talking about this yesterday when I saw you. Disney Plus, we already don't open the app much, and if we do, it's probably more so for Marvel movies, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
either rewatching it or if there's a new like Pixar movie, I think I've clicked it on once in a while, but mainly it's for Marvel stuff, right? So if you're not getting enthusiastic about the new stuff that they're releasing, that's not looking good for Disney Plus.
I mean, the Star Wars stuff has been very light this year. I think
Mm-hmm.
next year we're gonna get like two new Marvel Star Wars shows. This year we got the animated show.
Yeah,
It was all dropped
Mando
on
they're
one
done with,
day.
right?
No, Mando season 3 will happen probably next year, like 2023,
Okay, I watch
because
that.
Book of Boba Fett was gonna happen New Year's.
Yeah, but that's a new like spin-off show, right? That has well, I
It's a
mean,
three. It's like 3 episodes.
to do
It's not
with
even a full
Mando, but
series. It's like a
okay,
limited series.
okay, because I guess Boba Fett is like a fan favorite.
Yeah, it's like the fan favorites fan
Yeah,
favorite.
yeah, yeah. All right, so the three things that we did get was Moon Knight, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Marvel, and She-Hulk.
Yeah,
Out of those three, what do you rate like the thing that you're the like most excited about?
Moon Knight.
Oh my God, okay, I was gonna say that too. I think that's because it's the most different. Like I've heard of Miss Marvel,
Yeah.
and it looks interesting, but I think there's a lot of things that could go wrong with it because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they might try to push that whole like, oh, like it's gonna be the first like non-white. Well, I guess not first non-white, but yeah, first I guess non-white, more like Indian like Desi superhero. I know it was a big deal when the comic books came out. I was excited about it. I like watched a whole documentary on the lady who created it, and I was super hyped.
And it's new. It's not like it's
It's not, yeah.
50 like
When
years
I was
old.
in
Like,
college is when it, well, when we were in college, that's
yeah,
when it came out. And I remember like
there was
reading
hype for it, and it's like
lady,
it's based in Jersey City, so it's hyped in New
right.
Jersey. Like,
It's, yeah, yeah. And there's a lot of brown people in Jersey, so everybody's excited about that. But
yeah,
I think that would be my second favorite, but I do like Moon Knight looked probably the most interesting and definitely something new that I feel like Marvel's trying because I haven't heard anything about Moon Knight.
mm-hmm.
It's to me it kind of feels like similar to Guardians of the Galaxy. They kind of went into the vault and picked out like one of those random comic books to make a show or movie about. Because that's kind of the feeling I had with Guardians of the Galaxy. Like it wasn't one of the popular Spider-Man, Iron Man comic books, but it did really well. So I think that's what they're banking on.
It's like, I'm not familiar with Moon Knight, but there is big hype for years of like when Black Panther came out. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, where's the Moon Knight show? Because
Yeah.
this is based in Egypt. and
Okay.
I don't know if it's actually based in Egypt, but I think there's some origins in Egypt related to his character.
Okay.
And then they just call him like he's Egypt's Batman.
Yeah. I thought it
And
was about a
then
werewolf when I saw the 15-second trailer, and I'm like,
yeah,
you're like, no, he's like a Batman. And I'm like, okay. They have the moon, and they have moon in the name, and the only thing I can think of with moon is werewolves.
I mean I
Like,
could see werewolves. I don't know the story. Could go there. He's having
there was
some
that
kind of
one
delusional
scene.
like he doesn't know what's going on.
If it's about wolves, I win. I'm gonna place a bet, and then you owe me money.
Okay, let's do the bet.
How
Say it's
much?
not about wolves.
I say it is. I say it's about werewolves. He's gonna turn into Professor Lupin.
I mean, maybe they'll have some Harry Potter references.
I know Marvel's bad with that. DC is better. Well, Flash was better. Oh
Well,
god.
yeah, they
Oh,
did it
out of
clearly.
DC this time. Oh no.
No, I think it's gonna be good. Oscar Isaac, was great in Star Wars.
Hmm.
Well, I mean,
I never
well,
saw it, but Dana, you
the
told me
first
about it.
one of the ones he was in. I didn't really like the other two, but I liked him in episode 7, whatever it was, and then he was in Dune recently, which I didn't really finish because it was very boring.
I know him from the Dune trailers.
Yeah, I know the Dune
I
trailers.
was like, hey, looks really familiar because I saw 25 different trailers on one day about Dune.
Yeah, and then there's like one other movie on Amazon that's like he's in that's like
He
super
looks super
famous.
familiar. He does look
Yeah,
super familiar. I think he's done random like bits and pieces of like famous sci-fi movies. So he's probably had
yeah.
it.
So
Yeah.
it's good to see him have this Disney show. Hopefully,
Yeah.
it connects to something. Like I don't know where they're going with this. It's like a very like out of nowhere. Like how is this connecting to anything? Which is the problem.
Yeah.
Like we shouldn't need to expect it to connect to something. It can be
No.
standalone, something good, but
Yeah. I
kind of
mean,
wanted to since they
like, what if was kind of standalone, right? I don't know if that's going to impact anything.
yeah, who knows? Probably not.
Who knows? Yeah, I hope not. Probably hope not.
Yeah, and then the next one was we talked about Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel. Yeah, but I mean, it could go awry. That's my biggest fear is that they're going to just focus on the identity and not the story, which is always my biggest fear. It's like, don't pander. Just give me a good story and I'll be interested.
Yeah.
I'm a brown female. I'm hoping they don't try to pander to me. I want a good story with like a strong female lead and that's it. Like just write something good and it'll be fine. So it could go awry, but I'm hopeful that it won't.
Yeah, that my biggest problem is like, is it gonna get inspired by like the Marvel game Avengers that just came out? Because it starred pretty much
But
like
you
Kamala
like Miss
Khan.
Okay.
No, I
Yeah.
think the internet loves Miss Marvel from that, and I think it's horrible. I think the writing is very
Okay.
poor,
You didn't like it, yeah.
and it's like her portrayal. It's like
How
off-brand.
dare you say that?
Yeah, I mean it's off-brand Tom Holland. Like she's trying to do an impression of Tom Holland as like a brown female character, and it's like
Okay, yeah.
it doesn't work, and this writing is not
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
And
I
then
saw
like the
you play
biggest,
the game, but I don't think I
looks
saw any Miss Marvel parts. And yeah, I played a little bit of it. I think I played
5
Thor.
minutes. Probably,
Yeah,
Thor or something.
yeah. I didn't like it. I wasn't good, and I'm already shit at video games, so it didn't help that they didn't help
No,
me.
I think the writing is very cringy, and it's just like it's not good. I mean, whatever Black Panther thing they did recently.
But we shouldn't hold that against the show. So
No, it's different people
things.
writing it, different people, but it's like were they influenced by this? Because the internet did like it. Like
Okay,
reviews
it's
wise, that's
possible.
like the positive thing of that is like her character.
Okay,
But
so my take on this is like I'm probably gonna be the one of those people that is gonna watch it a little bit more closely than some other people because like obviously they're making this show for brown females. I hate to say it, but that's what they're doing. But I just hope they make it so that everyone can see it because that's what everybody wants to like be able to connect with like the rest of the world. Yeah, you might be a little bit different. You want to make sure that you can have everyone relate to the show that you're creating. So I hope they don't just box Miss Marvel into this. I am a Muslim female, and this is my role. I hope they like give her opportunities to do every.
but you're gonna hate it because she's a Captain Marvel stan, and she will do anything for Captain Marvel. So you already lost this. You're gonna hate this show.
Okay, so I'm not gonna like.
No, 100% you're
The
gonna
show
hate
is
this show.
made for me, and I'm gonna hate it. Great.
Yeah, you will 100% hate this show.
Great.
That's another
okay.
bet. That's another bet I'm willing to take.
Okay.
You will hate this show.
You know what? I would with you on that one because anytime someone tries to talk down to like an audience, it never works well. So that's why Captain Marvel didn't do well because they thought all the females were gonna like it, and most of them did not.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's got the highest box office ever for the opening weekend for
I know.
a solo movie.
I went.
Which is
I'm
like,
not gonna
we
lie.
went.
I was excited to go.
And we went on the Thursday, and it's like
we did. We went opening night. And we did not like it at all.
No.
I rated one of the worst. And Black Widow is next to it, which sucks because they have all these female. You know, the sad thing is like I've liked them in other people's movies because I feel like there's less room to pander. And I've said this before too in Endgame when they have a scene of all the females fighting. I hate that scene. I hate it.
I like it. I think it's cool.
I hate it. You know why? Because Penny is that her name?
Pepper.
No, Pepper is in it. And I'm like, why is she in an Iron Man type suit? I've never seen her wear it. This is dumb.
She's in it for 3 seconds in Iron Man 3.
I know, but it irks me that they just kind of placed her in there. And I'm like, Pepper deserves a role in the Marvel Universe because I think she's really important. And I know a lot of her importance is attached to Iron Man, which is fine. I'm not going to cry or harp over that. There's still a purpose that she serves in the Marvel Universe. But
well, I mean, like the thing is, like
there.
From Iron Man 3 to Endgame, there's like a 10-year gap where you didn't see what Pepper's done at all.
I know. That's what I know. Okay, that's a fair point. That is a fair point. Still, it felt out of place for me.
You know what happened to her heat power?
Yeah, that's the other thing. She was super badass at the end of Iron Man 3, and then they lost all of that. Like, what is happening? So that's the only, like, her being there ruined it. I love the General. I like Wanda. I think
Wanda carries it. Okoye carries it. Like, yeah, Valkyrie's great too. Valkyrie's
good too. I did like her in Thor, actually. Yeah. She's good. You know what? I did like her in Thor, but my sister doesn't like her, so that's rubbed off on me a little bit. My sister doesn't like her from other movies she's done, not from Thor. So it's weird.
Okay, I've never seen her in anything else.
Yeah, I think she's seen her in like Veronica Mars or something like that. She didn't like
okay.
Her. So it trickled down into Thor Ragnarok, which is really not fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
She-Hulk is next.
Now I want to say something on Miss Marvel still that
it
is also a very young character. The actor herself is very young. So I'm kind of interested in where she will go with this. And the other controversy is they pushed this show back like 6 months or so. And it seems like they reworked her powers where she doesn't have stretchy arms like
you did
Fantastic
mention this,
Four. Yeah. She's going to have Green Lantern like powers where she has like a glowing like magic power. Like the arm will be like a glowy power. That's like a
will it stretch still or no?
It's just going to be like a stretchy glowy picture effect, not really like a physical like her arm is stretching, which doesn't matter. No, it's all made up anyway.
But someone made it up first. And if someone liked the first thing that was made up, they really shouldn't change it. But I think that might be because they're going to have a Fantastic Four movie with Timothy in it. So from The Office.
Yeah, but I saw that a lot of people complain about it where it's like she struggles with herself of like she is this like disformed like human where she can like her body can change into other things and she's like I hate my body. And then she turns into like transforms herself into like Captain Marvel, like she changes her body, face, and color and shape to look like Captain Marvel. Like this is the perfect human to me. And then I guess like she overcomes that to be like, oh, I'm okay with my own body. Of like if she doesn't change,
you got all of this from the 15-minute trailer.
No, not that. I mean, just in general, like what people are saying online, like her arc in like older comics is like she's not okay with being like this weird mutant where she can stretch her body.
And does that have to do with her being kind of like a non-white teenager kind of?
Yeah, she does. She's not like
Jersey City. Jersey City. Everyone else looks like you.
Yeah, but they're not Captain Marvel, so.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
It's interesting. I mean, they can do whatever they want with this. Maybe they'll make that story work
I mean,
with
I'll still
different
watch
powers.
it. I'll still watch it, but I don't know. I don't know, man.
But they didn't show any like powers or anything in this trailer, so
Okay.
very minimal. Then She-Hulk was just fine. I'm glad to see
Get
more
it.
Mark Ruffalo. I hope he's in every episode, not
Yes,
just the first
I think
episode.
I think that was the whole purpose, to show that, you know, Mark Ruffalo will be back, which is good, because I think he's a fan favorite. I like him. He's my favorite. I do like him. I mean, Iron Man.
He's not
first.
your favorite.
Iron Man first. Iron Man first, always.
Okay.
But I do like him. When I was young, I had a big crush on Mark Ruffalo because I saw this movie called View from the Top, and then he was in 13 going on 30.
Never heard any of these.
I know, because you're not a girl. That's why. That's why.
Okay, but do you know this main actress? When she was casted, there was a lot of people excited for it. Never
I
heard
have
of
no
her.
clue who she. Yeah, I have no clue who she is.
A lot of people saw I saw tweets and stuff of like perfect casting for her and
I
whatever.
guess
It's like
people
such
have
great.
seen the.
I haven't
read the
seen-
comics, maybe, or seen like.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen anything about it, so people are excited for her. It's
Okay.
good.
I don't think we got
I
enough
don't
of
know
She-Hulk.
what that weird scene was. I mean, it was
I
15
didn't like it.
seconds
I
where
didn't
like
like
they're
it.
both looking like in an older style where like
It looked weird.
Mark Ruffalo had like Kramer like sideburns.
Yes, I know. I'm just like, is this from the 80s? I don't get it.
Yeah, it seemed like it was like some kind of older 80s, 90s reference.
Yeah, it looked weird. But maybe they're doing something with it that we don't know about yet. I mean, it was only a 15-minute trailer, so we can't say
15
it.
seconds.
I mean, sorry, 15 seconds. 15 minutes would be more than enough.
Yeah. And then the last thing we saw was just
Bunch of
1 second of Nick
logos.
Fury's eye.
Oh yeah, that.
He looked cool. He looks cool.
I mean, it did. I don't know. I feel like they wasted Disney Day. I wish there was more stuff that they could talk about. But I mean, I guess as the year go by, as they get closer, I guess, to the release date of all these shows, they'll give us a little bit more. I think Marvel just banks on hype now because they know they have half the population excited. So they're like, we don't really need to go above and beyond for the marketing anymore.
They don't. I mean, that's I think Disney Plus's biggest issue right now is they don't have reoccurring weekly things. Well, it's like more than one. They'd have one new thing weekly, which is like that's not enough when Netflix has like this month alone, like this week they have the Ryan Reynolds Rock movie. Next week they got Cowboy Bebop. They got Tiger King season 2. And it's like,
a lot.
How are you? That's like a lot of stuff and many episodes. You're getting two like 10 episode shows.
Out of
plus
all
a
the
big
streaming
movie.
apps, Netflix is the one I open the most. I am disappointed a lot with it, but like
Yeah.
Christmas, they got packed down. Like we already started watching Christmas movies at my house. We watched Love Hard the other week.
That's
Like,
Netflix. It's number 1 or number 2 right now.
Yeah. Like they got it packed down.
And they got the Arcane show right now, which is actually really good.
Yeah. So
The animated show looks 10 times better than anything What If had.
What If.
Like, and it's
Yeah.
it's insane. Whoever that studio is, supposedly I saw it's like it's the top number
DC,
1 show.
DC.
It's not DC. It's not DC.
You said it was.
It's not.
Comparing it to no. What is it then?
No, it's I mean it's based on League of Legends, like lore, which is a video game.
That's
but
DC.
That's not DC.
Oh, LOL. You know what I'm thinking of? Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, no, that's garbage. I mean, I
That's
like
garbage.
some
That's
characters, but
garbage.
it's garbage.
Yeah, it's garbage. Okay, good.
No, but that animation is so much better than anything Disney has done. And it's like, what are they going to do with this new Spider-Man show that's freshman
Can I
year or
defend
something?
Marvel and say this is kind of like the first trial that they
No,
had?
there's no first trial. This is,
I mean, everything else has been live action, though.
well, I mean, Marvel's been making TV shows
saying-
for 20 years, 30 years.
Not in connection.
The X-Men show was the
Disney has
biggest thing
been
in the
making.
world, which they are bringing back. Which
I
is
was gonna
interesting.
defend Disney, but I'm like, oh my god, Disney made Kim Possible. So like, yeah, you have no excuse. Kim
Yeah.
still stands like pretty high on my list of like shows to watch.
Yeah, and it was animated pretty good.
Yeah, I put it on when Disney Plus was first a thing, and I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It looked pretty good.
I mean, it's got a lot of historic things, which is what
Mhm.
Netflix doesn't have.
Yeah, you're
which
right.
Every
there's no
company took
excuse.
away all their like classic shows from Netflix.
Yeah. So all in all, we're wary, I guess. not super excited for anything particular, I guess, except Moon Knight, but we just had to pick that
Yeah.
as it's like
And
the
there's
most.
no date. Like, is that coming
Date.
first or is that not?
There's no date. We don't know what's going on. Marvel, do a better job. I don't
I
know
mean,
what.
I think it's production, it's COVID. I think they got 50 projects going
Yeah,
on at once. They had strikes in
that's
Hollywood
gonna
that
be their downfall. They're trying to do too much all at once.
well, that's the same thing I'd say
Human
that
error
happened
is gonna
to
get them.
the CW.
Yeah, but there's gonna be too many inconsistencies. They're gonna try to connect everything together, and it's not gonna merge well, and people are gonna lose interest. It's just
It's happening. It's so
it's
many times I've seen
happening.
where people like, oh, have you watched the new shows? And I asked them, it's like, oh, do you see What If? And they're like, no.
No, no.
Did you see like follow through in WandaVision? They're like, no, we lost interest by like episode 3 or 4.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I mean, we
it's the
watched all the
week to
way
week
through,
thing
but
that like I think kills people.
gets them. Yeah.
And
Netflix has ruined that for everybody because they've taught the audience how to binge, and the
And-
audience was binging before that.
yeah, and this Arcane show is not. It's 3 episodes for 3 weeks.
Mm.
So it's weird.
Long of a wait, yeah.
So it's like you're getting like it's 40-minute episodes. So you're getting about like 2 hours
Yeah.
of content each week, but it is not bingeable all 10 episodes or 9 episodes.
Yeah.
This is new for Netflix. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I haven't heard that. I mean, so I'm a big Korean drama person, and when they do Korean dramas, they'll release 2 episodes a week.
Oh, okay, same thing. But this is 3.
Well, they're released like that in like the Korean television, like the broadcasting. That's how
okay.
they'll have like a Thursday, Friday release or something like that, right? So that I think that's what Netflix was doing with some of the dramas. So I know they have license for a lot of this stuff, but it's already been created by someone else and is being broadcasted like through a cable or something in other countries, right? So I don't get how Netflix works where they put like their stamp on a show.
I mean, it's if they invest something or they got some partnership
yeah,
to say,
maybe
I'm going to stream it, I'll pay you money to get the rights for it this next day. So Better Call Saul actually has that situation where they have AMC, the TV network, where they air the show live, and like the next day it would be at like 5 a.m. It's online.
Oh, Netflix?
No, on AMC Plus or whatever their app is, which I don't know now if you could just buy AMC standalone, but before you needed a like cable subscription to watch it. But in Canada, Netflix, they would put the episode up the next day. And it's like, why doesn't US have that? But streaming laws are weird. So
yeah,
it was so annoying that like Better Call Saul wasn't available. If you didn't have your optimal Verizon login, like you weren't able to watch your like Better Call Saul that week. It just came out.
Yeah.
In a legal way.
Yeah. Well, it's all on Netflix now, so.
Yeah, I mean, when season 5, if it ever comes out, I mean, I know Bob Odenkirk had like some heart problems, so like.
Oh shoot.
He's back filming, I think. I think he was gone for like a week. Soon. Yeah, I'd say probably next year sometime. Better Call Saul. Another thing coming to Netflix eventually, or Netflix Canada day 1.
All right. Well, I'm weirdly excited, I guess. We need something.
I think we turned Disney Plus Day to Netflix's awesome day.
I know. Netflix, no one does it better than they do.
We got the Leonardo DiCaprio coming movie on Christmas. I'm excited.
Oh, are you excited?
Well, it seems like he's going to be in the movie for 10 minutes.
You love Leo.
I mean, he's trolling Jeff Bezos. Why not?
I know. That's what
That's funny.
Oh, that is pretty funny. Yeah, Netflix is awesome. Disney Plus needs to do a better job. I'm kind of excited, but not yet, I guess.
Okay. All right. I think that's it for now. We will get back to you with another review sometime this month.
Talk to you guys later.